Good evening, and welcome to the Channel 5 News. I'm Tom Thompson.
And I'm Lori Lane. As you all know, we've been experiencing heavy weather conditions today. The National Weather Service has been predicting this storm all week, and in a moment we're going to take you live to Clive for that update.
But first, Lori, I don't know about you, but in cold, wet, drizzly conditions like these, I like to sit inside and have a nice cup of tea.
Oh, well, don't we all? That sounds delightful.
Well, I have a surprise for you.
Oh, what? Tea? Is that what that is? Is that what I'm smelling here?
Yes, it is.
Oh. Green or chamomile?
Green. It's full of antioxidants.
It's my
the
favorite.
healthiest.
That's right.
Before you take a drink, I got one more thing for you.
Tom.
Everybody knows that tea is not good without cheese.
I hear that about wine, but let's try tea, you know? Cold weather outside.
Now while we're enjoying this, let's shoot over to Clive and see how the storm's coming. Clive?
This is Clive of Jive 5 reporting. Breaking news. I am singing in the rain. I am singing in the rain. And what a glorious feeling. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Clive. We'll check back with him later. But first, Lori.
Next, we have our own John Bradley with a story on fashion at a local elementary school. John?
Thanks, Tom and Lori. Tonight I'm actually here with Miss Gabby Chanel, local first grade teacher of Apple Pines Elementary, where this phenomena is actually sweeping the nation. We're hearing talk of fashion being implemented into the first grade curriculum. Gabby, should we be teaching fashion at such a young age, in your opinion?
Yes, I think so, John. The question is, why not? When you look good, you feel good. And at this age, or at any age for that matter, it's a good way to build self-esteem. Also, I think learning the color wheel is important for knowing what colors complement each other and what not to wear. Plus, knowing your color wheel also helps the kids with art.
Oh, that's very true. Well, you heard it first here on Jive 5 Local News. I'm John Bradley. Thanks. Back to you.
Thanks, John. And now, we're going to check back in with Clive to see how things are going out there. Clive?
It's fucking crazy. Who sent me out here anyways? Oh, hey, this is Clive of Jive 5 reporting back to you with the storm of the century. Things are getting progressively worse, actually much worse than I previously reported they might become. We are seeing mudslides occurring all over and houses starting to flip over. We'll keep you updated as the story unfolds. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks again, Clive. Next, we go out to Lawrence Livermore Labs, where Melinda has interviewed a food scientist on a fascinating recent discovery. Melinda?
Thanks, Lori. I'm here today with Dr. Formaggio, and he is here to tell us about what is really in American cheese. Yes, the cheese that we love so much. Dr. Formaggio, thanks for being here with us today. So tell us, what is going on here?
Oh, no problem. I'm happy to help. Well, you see, I wanted to figure out what is actually inside American cheese. And, surprisingly, there is actually no cheese in American cheese. So to figure out what the heck is in there, I used our gas chromatograph with our new silica capillary columns in order to figure out the components of what actually comprises American cheese.
So I see some interesting things on the table, especially these three beakers off to the side, and I want to start with this one. It looks like white powder and smells interesting. What does it have to do with our cheese?
Well, you see, this has a long, complicated scientific definition that we refer to it by, but we typically refer to it as the white stuff. See, American cheese is like a giant egg. The outside of it is comprised of this white stuff, and the inside is comprised of liquid goo and fecal matter.
Liquid goo and fecal matter. So I'm going to put my money and say that this is actually fecal matter that you have in a beaker?
Correct. See, the FDA actually allows food companies to put some fecal matter inside their food. So it adds a little bit of a shine and a little bit of a taste.
So you're saying that fecal matter is in this block of cheese that I'm holding.
Correct.
Wow, that is truly fascinating. Now let's move to this last beaker here, and tell me what is in this beaker, Dr. Formaggio.
Why, this is interesting. See, this is actually the excess product that American cheese produces when it's melted via frying pan or barbecue. We call this the liquid goo phase, and it makes up a total of 80% of your American cheese.
Interesting. So those are the 3 ingredients that are in American cheese.
Correct.
And I know that you have a book coming out soon. You want to tell us a little bit about that, Doctor?
Why, yes. The book is titled The Gas Chromatograph, and it is about how you can use our newly invented gas chromatograph to figure out what is inside food products.
And do we have a set date for that?
Why, yes, it's December 15th.
December 15th. Well, you've heard it first on Jive 5. Get your books. The Chromatograph by our very own Dr. Formaggio, near you. And, I was thinking, you do kind of look like our weather guy in the studio. Has anyone ever told you that before?
No, that's preposterous. I've never heard that before.
All right. Well, Clyde, if you're in there, say hello to Dr. Formaggio. We'll hook you guys up later. Thanks again, and back to you, Lori, in the studio.
Thanks, Melinda, for the fascinating info on cheese, which I think I've had enough of for one lifetime. Well, now let's shoot back over to Clive to see how he's doing out in that stormy weather out there. Clive? Well, it sure seems wet out there.
It sure does, Tom. Clive, thank you so much again for that illuminating report. And for the rest of you folks, stay dry. Hopefully Clive will get home soon and have himself a nice cup of tea.
We'll make sure to save him some of the cheese.
Well, thanks for joining us, folks. We'll see you at the same time tomorrow evening. I'm Lori Lane.
I'm Tom Thompson. Good night.